Hey everybody, it's Mike. Welcome back to the channel. So I thought I'd just do a real quick update, just kind of breeze over a lot of the palms here today. First video I've done since the Arctic freeze, the Arctic blast that came through most of the US. But I did cheat, like I had mentioned on the last video. I did bring a lot of stuff inside for a couple of days, few days. But some of these palms did get to see low 20s. I think even the Bismarcks got to see mid 20s. And they are less hardy since they're in pots because the root system is above the ground. But yeah, I already had some issues going on with those, and I'll get to those here in a minute. But just real quick, Washingtonia robusta. It is going to be 25 years old this year. 25, quarter of a century. That's amazing. Had it in a pot since 1998. So, and it was about a foot tall when I dug it up. So, yep, still going strong. I baby this thing more than anything else just because I've had it for so long. One of my needle palms here, doing just fine. These stayed out the whole time unprotected. There's the other one to the right of the windmill palm on the corner. And yeah, they saw 8 degrees Fahrenheit, a couple days below freezing, freezing winds, all that. But yeah, they could easily take that. Zone 8 here, they can take much lower than that. Here's some of my Texas Sables coming out the little bit of transplant shock they had, so they're looking really good. They seem to be growing pretty well. Petilla Ordata Silver, looking good. No major issues there. And then, yeah, troublemakers right here. These are especially that one and that one. 2 troublemakers right there. Look at this. Frond just kind of started dying off out of nowhere. I don't know why, but new spear coming up, and it's pretty solid. And I think it actually grew a little bit in the last couple days. So it's still alive, it's still going, but for some reason that frond started wilting away. And same here, same kind of deal. Came out, looked good, and then declined. However, new frond coming up. Looking really good. It's actually grown, it's been fanning out in the last couple of days. We've been getting some more sun, as you can see. It just started coming out. More sun and warmer weather. It's been the 70s Fahrenheit. So, and this one right here, this is probably the best I've had one of my Bismarcks look. I don't know what, I don't know what the deal is with this one. It's super happy though. And that frond is opening up. It's pretty green because we have not been getting a lot of sun lately. Had a few days here and there. There's a new spear coming up, so yeah, it's almost like this one had some fertilizer steroid or something. It's crazy, looking really good. But I'm gonna keep my eye on these two. Keep my eye on you two. I don't know what you're up to, but I'm watching. And windmill palm, looking about the same. These are definitely good for this area. There's the other needle palm that I showed from the other side of the deck, and here's the suckers, looking pretty good. Left over the rest of my Washingtonia. This is probably a mixture of Robusta, Folifera, and Filibusta. I was growing all 3 of them for a while and had probably at least 100 seedlings, but most of them died off for various reasons, and these are the final 12, and I've had these for quite a while, and they've been doing just fine, so I think they'll be okay. These were brought inside, but I did bring them back out, and they did see low 20s a couple of nights. So, but yeah, they're doing just fine. Over here, here's a really sad case of some really horrible looking Livistona chinensis seedlings. This was in the greenhouse. I took it out. I needed to make room for the Majesty palm in there just because it's having a lot of issues. So I'm going to get to that here in a minute. But I'm probably going to put this back in the green. I actually have some room in there that I can still squeeze it in there with the Majesty palm. The rest of them are all in. The rest of the Livistona are in there, and they look a little bit better than this. But it has been kind of warm lately, so I'm hoping these bounce back. But I'll just put them in the greenhouse anyway. Here's my pot of grass. This is actually the rest of my Texas Sable that I need to separate. I'll be doing that in the spring. That's going to be quite the project. So, yeah, I'm up to my ears in those palms, I will tell you. Chamaerops humilis. Almost blanked on that one. I haven't really had my coffee today, so bear with me here. Sable Lisa, those 4 right there. Got a few volunteers. I think some of those might be Phoenix canariensis, possibly some of these. I don't know about that one. That's another volunteer. That might be a brahia of some sort. So be interesting to see what those grow up into. But yeah, everything else looking pretty good. My larger sable miner back there. And let's go to the greenhouse real quick. We're supposed to get some severe weather, tornado warnings and all sorts of stuff today. So I'm trying to get this. Want to get this video in before that all hits. We've got Livistona. These are looking a little bit better. Some of this new growth right there is looking really nice. There's another one with some new leaves coming up. Still, you know, looking rough in some areas, but yeah, I think I'm going to bring another tray in here. I'll probably put it just right up here. This is kind of a house of cards in here, but it is staying fairly stable. We got the sable Bermudana down here. More Texas sable here, even more Texas sable up here, and sable minor Emerald Owl Giant. I am getting a little worried about this one because these fronds have started getting a little narrower. It seems like they were much wider and a little more robust looking, but I don't know. Hopefully that one does okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though. And Majesty Palm. Geez, what happened to this thing, right? Late fall, it was perfect. Looked great, but yeah, it started to decline. Now I will say it actually looks better because this growth right here was not green, and you know, since I put it in the greenhouse, it looks like it's kind of bounced back. It's been getting quite a bit of heat and humidity, but as you can see, it's kind of, if you move this around, it looks a little questionable, kind of moving around. It doesn't feel like it wants to pull out of the crown, but yeah, I'm really gonna have to baby that thing. Now, when spring rolls around, it seems to bounce back pretty quick. So hopefully it survives. I will be keeping it in here. I will keep the heat lamp on it if need be. But yeah, Majesty Palm has been a pain in my neck the whole time. So I definitely did not know what I was getting into when I bought that palm. But anyway, that about wraps it up. I just kind of wanted to show you the few things going on. Everything's doing pretty well for the most part, and I have some seeds going inside, and I'm going to be checking on those here in the next day or so, see how they're doing, see if any of them are sprouting, and if so, I'll do a video on that as well. But for this update, that about wraps it up. So, you know, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.